हॅलो. आहेत का बघ. हॅलो, गुड मॉर्निंग. प्रदीप, आर यू देअर? प्रदीप. प्रदीप तिकडचा आवाज आला. किती युट्यूबचा एक बघून मी तिकडून सर कॉल करतो. रवी. रवी.
हॅलो.
प्रदीप, तुला आवाज येतो का? हॅलो.
ढेरे सर. हॅलो. ढेरे सर. हॅलो. ढेरे सर.
हा सर, आवाज येतोय का माझा? हॅलो सर.
हा, आवाज येतोय ना?
मग तुमचा येतोय मला, माझा तुम्हाला आवाज येतोय का?
हो हो, येतोय येतोय.
हा सर.
नाही नाही, डिस्कनेक्ट नाही हो.
सुरू करा चौगुले सर.
हा सर. हॅलो.
हा बोला सर.
Good morning. Today we are here to listen Mr. Pradeep Dhere. So good morning all participants. So today we are going to listen the second lecture arranged under the scheme of Lead College by Department of Physics, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Today with us eminent speaker Mr. Pradeep Dhere. So before starting the lecture, I would like to introduce Mr. Pradeep Dhere sir. So Pradeep Dhere sir is currently working as an assistant professor at Vaibhavwadi College. He has obtained his master's degree from Department of Physics, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He has also qualified the SET examination. Now he is working as an assistant professor at Vaibhavwadi College. If we consider the academic record of the Mr. Pradeep Dhere sir, then he was the meritorious student. He has qualified set exam with second rank. Also, he has awarded the BSc Physics University Merit Scholarship. Also, he has obtained first prize in Susta quiz. So, also he has recipient of BGC Merit Scholarship for University rank in 2008. So, he is the former exam committee member of SNST Shivaji University Kolhapur. So, with this brief introduction, I request Pradeep Dhere sir to start his lecture. Over to you, Dhere sir.
त्यांना होस्ट करून त्यांना शेअर करायला परवानगी द्या.
हो केली आहे सर.
सर चालू करायचं.
हो
सुरू करा प्रदीप.
हा सर. सर दिसते.
हा ओके सर.
हा
दिसते. यू स्टार्ट.
हा थँक्यू सर. सर मराठीमध्ये करू की इंग्लिशमध्ये करू, कसं करू?
यू हॅव चॉईस.
बरं सर, बरं सर. थँक्यू सर. So good morning everyone. Myself Mr. Pradeep Dhere. First of all, I thank Head of the Department Physics, Shivaji University Kolhapur, Dr. Rajpure sir, and all his team working for this program, all the eminent professors at the Shivaji University Kolhapur Physics Department, and all the present attendees, students, teachers. Before I start this lecture, first I would like to mention one sentence about this lecture, and that sentence is from scientist Einstein. According to Einstein, he says, the more I learn, the more I realize. That means the more I learn, the more I know about the other things. And then I realize how much I don't know. So this is the sentence for our today's lecture, because whatever I'm presenting here, the things which are known to me, but there may be some things which I am not aware of, but you may aware of. So please bear with me, because this is whatever I know I'm presenting here. So you can have more knowledge than that me, and that you can also share with others also. So let us start with our today's lecture. So what type of careers we will or we can have after our BSc or MSc Physics? So basically after BSc Physics, you can opt for academic career, you can go for scientific or research oriented career, you can choose defense field, or you can choose medical field, industrial career, you can go for MPSC, UPSC competitive examinations, you can also apply for banking and insurance sector, and again you have the choice for Indian Railways, Indian Post as well. So we will discuss all of these careers one by one. So first we will discuss teaching career, because whenever we think of going for MSc after BSc, the first option that we come across is teaching. So let us talk about the teaching. So Some of you may dream, or some of you may be dreaming about becoming a teacher. So teacher is a nation builder. He has a huge responsibility to shape the future of the student. So becoming a teacher is not that easy job as you may think, because becoming a teacher requires certain steps that you need to follow. That means whether you want to be a school teacher, whether you want to be a junior college teacher, senior college teacher, or you want to be a university teacher, central university teacher, or you want to join any IITs, right? So for that, the selection criteria or the qualification will change accordingly. So what are the choices? So our first choice is that after BSc Physics, we can go for university entrance exam conducted by different universities. And if we selected in the merit list, we can pursue MSc. After MSc, we can have B.Ed. And after B.Ed, you can apply for junior college teacher job at junior colleges, right? So this is the first option. That means after MSc Physics, after BSc, you have to pursue MSc and then B.Ed, and you can join as a junior college teacher. If you are not compatible with the junior college teacher, you can have your own private classes, or you can have online tutoring. That means you can post your resume to different online websites where you can give this lecture, or you can tutor different students online, just like Baiju is having. So different websites, they will provide you platform and you can teach the students online. What is the other option that you may see after BSc Physics? The same way you have to get your, you have to give your NSC entrance exam. Then you can pursue your MSc. After MSc, you must have either PhD as per the University Regulation 2009. That means you need to give PATE exam. You must have completed your coursework, or you can have this NET exam, that is National Eligibility Test, or you can have SET exam, that is State Eligibility Test. So these options, you can have MSc and you can take any of these options, either PhD, NET, or SET. If you want to join as a senior college lecturer, then you must have MSc, PhD, NET, or SET. But if you are specifically want to join a university lecturer, then you must have MSc and PhD. That means the requirement is to join as a university lecturer, you must have PhD along with MSc, and you must have a good number of research publications. So that is how you can join as a university lecturer. Again, the same option as I mentioned, you can have your own private classes, or you can also join online tutoring platform, because this is one of the big career private classes. My friends who are running the private classes, they know the future and they know the expansion of this class or this career. That means in private class, you can make your own career without getting any jobs at senior college or university, right? And the one more thing is, the thing that I mentioned that I want to mention, after BSc Physics, you can also join as a lab assistant or lab attendant in different colleges. That means BSc Physics is sufficient if you want to join as a lab attendant or lab assistant. And these are the teaching careers. That means you want to pursue after BSc Physics. So the next thing is that, what about this MSc? That means you may think that getting MSc is very easier, and it is not so. And the important thing is from where you are pursuing your MSc. That means, for example, there are different agencies, different universities, different institutes. For example, Shivaji University, Pune University, Mumbai University, they have their own entrance exams. So every year they conduct an entrance exam for MSc. The candidates are shortlisted and they are selected for MSc program. For example, if I give you the example of Shivaji University, for Shivaji University, students from different districts like Kolhapur, Solapur, Satara, Sangli, Pune, they apply for the entrance examination of MSc, and only 70 students are selected for the MSc program. That means the competition is very tough. So it is the one of the big tasks that you need to select for MSc. And then you can pursue your MSc in different fields. What are the other institutes? For example, TIFR. TIFR, they generally conduct exam TIFR GS, that is graduate schooling. This is TIFR graduate schooling examination. through which you can also conduct or you can also complete your MSc and integrated PhD as well at TIFR, that is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Then you have the options of ISERS, that is Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. We have different ISER institutes all over the India. So you can also opt for this JEST exam, that is Joint Entrance Screening Test. And after that, you can go for MSc PhD program at ISERS, or you can go for IITs. If you want to pursue your MSc at IITs, then you must give JAM and JAM test. This is the JAM exam which is conducted by these IITs if you want to pursue your MSc or MSc integrated PhD at the institutes. So passing MSc from the prestigious institutes is also important, because that tag or that, what do you say, that print defines your career. So try to get the best institute, try to select good institute for your MSc career. Again, let us come back and discuss the research career. As we already discussed the teaching jobs, you can teach at senior college, junior college, or you can teach at university levels. Also, you can teach at school levels. After BSc, you can also opt for school teacher jobs. Now, what about the research career? Some of you might be interested in research. So after BSc Physics, again, you have to pursue your MSc. You can, as I mentioned, you can have MSc from different universities, different institutes, different government institutes or private institutes. So this is the second step. And after that, you can go for PhD. You can pursue your PhD within India, or you can go for pursuing PhD outside the India. Whenever you go, you will always have a stipend. That means there will be some certain stipend or there will be some certain fellowship provided to you so that you can pursue your PhD career. That means within India or outside the India. After PhD, what you can do? After PhD, you can make your research in different physical science fields like thin films, supercapacitors, space science, energy technologies, optics, solar cells, gas sensors, superconductors, biophysics, aerogels, nanotechnology, medical physics. So these are different research options that you can make your research. So thin film, supercapacitors, space science, energy technologies, gas sensors, these all are aerogels. These are already available with our Shivaji University. So you can also go for research career in these different fields so that you can have your PhD. Then what are the opportunities? Or when you can pursue your PhD? That means you can pursue PhDs at national levels, that is all central and state universities, IITs, ISERS, Physics Research Laboratory, National Chemical Laboratory, NCL, IUCAA, that is Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Indian Institute of Science. So these are the various prestigious institutes where you can pursue your PhD. Or international level, you can go for PhD at international level in other countries like European countries, American countries, or Asian countries. So you can go for the higher education for PhD. If you want to pursue PhD within India, then what are the exams? For PhD, all universities, they conduct PET, that is PhD entrance test. If you qualify NET JRF, then you can directly apply for the PhD at different universities or CSIR institutes. Then there is one more exam of importance, that is GATE. So this exam is generally conducted by IITs. So after GATE exam, you can also apply for PhD at various institutes. INET, this exam is generally conducted by IUCAA. If you want to make your research in space science, astrophysics or astronomy, then IUCAA conducts the exam, that is Indian National Admission Test. So through this exam, this is IUCAA National Admission Test, through which you can also get your PhD at IUCAA. Then TIFR, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, they also conduct the GS exam, that is Graduate Schooling Exam, through which you can also opt for your PhD career. So if you want to go abroad, then please make sure, if you want to go abroad to conduct or to complete your PhD, then if you are going American, if you are going US, then you must complete this GRE, that is Graduate Record Examination, and TOEFL. This exam is for English fluency, and this exam is for your subject knowledge. So these two exams are compulsory if you want to go in US for your PhD. Then IELTS. This exam is generally required if you are going to European countries. That is the countries which are near to Britain. So IELTS is generally required by the countries near the Britain, inside the European countries, as well as in Australia or New Zealand. And this GRE TOEFL is required when you are going in American continents. So these are the exams that you must have if you want to go the European countries or American countries. If you are opting for Asian countries like Korea, Japan, or Taiwan, then you did not need to give such kind of exams. Such kinds of exams are not required if you are applying any Asian countries like China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, like that. Right? So these exams are specifically for US countries and European countries, including Australia and New Zealand. Then if you want to pursue your research in theoretical physics, then try to have additional qualification of coding. That means if you want to pursue research, then you must know the knowledge of coding. You must have the computer knowledge of Python language, C++ language, and so on. So these computer languages are required if you want to pursue your research in theoretical physics. So this is the research career. Research career is very big one. You can meet research students at universities and you can get the or you can understand the outreach of this research. So research field is big one. You can pursue research in different careers through different universities, different institutes, and having these additional qualifications will help you getting the admission at national as well as international levels. Then after PhD, what you can do? After PhD, you can either continue as a postdoctorate fellow. You can have fellowship from different Indian as well as overseas institutes where you can pursue your career after PhD. That is, you can conduct postdoctorate at various European as well as Indian countries. You will be having a great stipend. If you are pursuing your postdoctorate in abroad, then nearly you will get about more than 1 lakh rupees. If you are conducting it in India, then nearly 70 to 80,000 rupees you will be getting per month. That you can also join as a research associate. You can join as a research associate at different overseas universities as well as Indian universities. So this is the career after PhD. You can have either you can be a postdoctorate fellow or you can join as a research associate. And these are the institutes where you can conduct or you can pursue your PhD career. Then let us mention, as I discussed, there the two careers, that is the T. Then some of you may think that after BSc, we do not want to go for teaching or we do not want to go for research. Then for those students, one of the best option I will say, because it offers government jobs in UPSC. Every examination that we call as CDSE. This exam is conducted twice in a year and it is conducted for joining Indian Military Academy, Indian Naval Academy, Air Force Academy, Officers Training Academy. That means after BSc Physics, if you want to be a defense personnel, then you want to give this exam, CDS, Combined Defense Service exam conducted by UPSC, and you can join in Indian Military, Navy, Army, or Air Force, or you can join as a officers. You can join at Officers Training Academy, right? So these are the various prestigious defense institutes where you can join as an officer for training and you can get the placement in defense career. So what are the basic requirements, right? So if you want to go for this CDSE exam, then for CDSE exam, there is no condition on the minimum mark. That means you can have 50%, 40%, 60%, that is allowed. That means there is no condition of minimum marks required. That means you should not require 60% to give this exam. Any marks you can have, you must have been passed that exam. You can apply for CDSE exam. What is the age limit? If you are applying for Indian Military Academy or Indian Naval Academy, then age limit is 20 to 24 years. If you are going for Air Force Academy, then age limit is 20 to 30 years. If you are going for Officers Training Academy, then age limit is 20 to 25 years. So this is the age limit. Then what is the difference between these two? At Indian Military Academy and Indian Naval Academy and Indian Air Force Academy, only male candidates are preferred. Here, only male candidates are preferred. They must be single, non-married, unmarried. And at Officers Training Academy, both male and female candidates are preferred. That means if female candidate want to join as an officer, then she must try for Officers Training Academy because she will not be eligible for these academies. Then what is the exam pattern? Basically, exam for IMA, INA, AFA conducts 3 sections. Each section is of 200 marks. So there will be 600 marks exam. And these sections, they basically test your English grammar. They basically test your numerical, mathematical, elementary mathematics and reasoning, logic, aptitude. So these are the 3 sections. If you are going for Officers Training Academy, then it consists of only 2 sections. This doesn't include the elementary mathematics. It only includes English communications and logical reasoning and aptitude test. There is also reservation for NCC candidates who are having C certificate at their BSc levels. That means after your BSc, if you have NCC C certificate, then you can skip these exams and you can directly apply for SSB interview so that you can join the academies, right? So what is the pattern? Basically, they conduct written examination, that is CDSE. The cutoff is given, and after the cutoff, candidates are shortlisted for the SSB interview. This is the Service Selection Board. So in the SSB interview, different tasks are given, and after those tasks, selected candidates, they are selected for training and they get job as officers in Indian Army, Navy, Air Force, right? So as I mentioned, this IMA, INA and AFA, it is not for girls, but this OTA is only for girls. So girls may think that what are the other options that they can have to join this defense career. So here are the other ways. That means the girls, those who want to join Air Force and Navy, then there are 2 exams. That is, one is INET, Indian Navy Entrance Test, and other is AFCAT, that is Air Force Common Admission Test. So through these 2 exams, you can join the Indian Navy or Indian Air Force. These exams are conducted by Air Force. This exam is conducted by Indian Navy, but the other exam CDSE is conducted by UPSC, through which you have limitations to join the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force. But here you can fulfill your career through these exams, that is INET, Indian Navy Entrance Test, and AFCAT, Air Force Common Admission Test. Through these 2 tests, you can join the Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. And this is the age 20 to 24. This is the age limit for both of these exams. Here the condition is that if you want to join through this way, then you must have at least 60% in your 12th math and physics. You must have at least 60% aggregate marks at your graduation. So this is the condition. This condition is not required in CDSE exam, right? But this condition is required if you are preparing for INET or AFCAT. So through these 2 exams, you can also join Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. That means both male and female candidate they can join, but they must be single or unmarried, or in case if they are married, they must be divorced and there should not be any divorce issue. So those candidates between this age limit, they can apply. But if you are having a flying license already, if you are a flying license holder, then there is age relaxation for you. That means you can join up to 26 years. So this is the extra benefit for flying license holders, right? So what kind of posts are offered in Indian Navy and Air Force? So there are two kinds of posts, that is technical and non-technical posts. That means you can join flying branch, ground duty staff, air traffic controller or observer. So depending upon your qualification, depending upon your result, 2 kinds of posts will be offered for you. That is, one is technical and other is non-technical. One is flying branch and other is ground duty staff. So through this exam, you can join the defense field. Now, what is the AFCAT exam pattern and what is the INET syllabus? So for AFCAT, these are the general sections which are asked in your exam. That is general awareness, verbal ability in English, numerical ability, reasoning and military aptitude test. And for INET exam basically is of 2 hours duration that contains 100 multiple questions containing English, reasoning, numerical ability, general knowledge, general science, mathematical aptitude. That means the sections are the same for both the exams, right? But these exams are conducted separately. This is conducted by Air Force, this is conducted by Indian Navy, and through this exam both male and female candidates, they can join the Indian Navy and Indian Air Force as an officer, and in the sections technical or non-technical stuff, right? Now let us move to the next section. Some of you may dream to be a scientist. That is, some of you dream to become a scientist in future. So how you can do that? So for that, what are the institutes where you can pursue, right? So these are the basic institutes where you can pursue your scientific career. This is the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, BARC. This is the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. This is ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. This is the post offered by UPSC, that is geologist or geophysicist. This is the Indian Meteorological Department, IMD. So these are the various government institutes where you can be a scientist. So how you can do that? So basically they conduct the exam. For example, BRC, they have their own exam for entrance. DRDO, they conduct the exam called as SET. This is the Scientist Entry Test. Do not confuse with the SET exam, that is State Eligibility Test. The DRDO SET exam is Scientist Entry Test. This GATE exam is generally conducted by IITs. So if you are given the GATE exam, then you have advantage. That means if your GATE is good, if your rank is below 500, then you can skip the entrance exams by BRC, DRDO, and ISRO. You can directly apply to these institutes through your GATE score, right? Or if you haven't given this exam, you can also give the individual exams of BRC, DRDO, or ISRO. And after the exam, you will be shortlisted for interview and you will be offered different positions, the scientific positions such as B grade scientists or C grade scientists. So you will be a scientific officer, or you will be a research scholar or nuclear scientist at these different institutes. So this is the exam, scientist entry test conducted by DRDO. BRC, it has their own exam for entrance. GATE exam is generally, you can, this is taken by IITs, and you can use the score of GATE exam for these various institutes, BRC, DRDO, or ISRO, right? Now, there is one more post of scientist offered by UPSC, that is for geologists. This is called as geoscientist. It generally includes geophysics, geology. So if you have a knowledge of geology or geophysics at your BSc, then you can opt for this exam, that is UPSC exam for geologist, and you can join as a geophysicist through UPSC. Then there is one more post, is meteorologist. This is the Indian Meteorological Department. This department also posts notification for scientific posts for meteorologists. So after your BSc Physics, you can visit this website, their website. You can see the syllabus, you can see the exam pattern, and you can be a meteorologist. But if you want to join all these institutes, you must be MSc qualified student. That means BSc is not sufficient. If you want to join as a scientist, then you must have MSc Physics degree with you. And after that, you can have, or you can go for any of the exams conducted by these institutes, and you can be selected. If you are going for BARC and DRDO, the percentage criteria is 60%. That means you must have 60% aggregate at your BSc and MSc. But if you are going for ISRO, then the minimum mark condition is 65%. That means you should have at least 65% aggregate marks. The condition is not required for UPSC. UPSC, you can have any marks. You just go through this exam, and based on your performance, you will be selected. Again, for Indian Meteorological Department, you must have MSc, and you must have the respective scores as mentioned by the IMD. That means the required minimum qualification of percentage so that you can give this exam. So these are the various institutes, government institutes, where you can join as a scientist. Some of the students, they may think that they do not want to be a teacher, they do not want to be a researcher, they do not want to be a scientist. So what they can do? So this is the career in medical physics. That means if they want to join hospitals, so what they can do? They can join as an X-ray operator, they can join as a CT scanner, they can join as an MRI technician, ultrasonography operator, PET scanner, that is positron emission tomography. So these are the different techniques used in the medical field. And to operate these instruments, the operator is required. So basically that operator, it must have BSc Physics qualification. After BSc Physics, he must have completed at least 1 year diploma for X-ray, CT scan, ultrasonography. So different institutes offer 1 or 1.5 year diploma for X-ray, CT scan, and ultrasonography. And if you want to join MRI technician as an MRI technician, then the different institutes offer 2 years diploma for MRI, that is magnetic resonance and imaging, which is generally used for the detection of cancer, right? So basically these courses, they are offered at Pune or Mumbai, and some of the courses are also offered at, that is Balavalkar Institute at Derwan, Ratnagiri. So you can complete your diploma of 1 and 2 year in different fields, and you can join different prestigious hospitals as an operator, right? One of my student from this college, Swarna, after BSc Physics, she completed this X-ray, CT scan, and ultrasonography diploma at Ratnagiri, Derwan, and currently she is working as a operator at Fortis Hospital, Mumbai. So you can also have such kind of job prospects at different prestigious hospitals after completing this diplomas or the courses, right? Then there is one more course offered by BARC. After BSc Physics, you can go for radiation physicist. So this course is offered by Baba Atomic Research Center. So after BSc Physics, you can go for radiation physicist course. And if you complete the radiology course, you can also join these different institutes where the radiation is required for radiation therapy, or you can also join the nuclear accelerators fields where you will be required as a radiation physicist, right? So that is one more post that you can also have, radiation physicist, after completing the diploma from BARC. So this is about the medical field, careers in medical field. Now, what about the industrial career? So that means what industries you can look out for to join. So after BS Physics, I have divided these industries in 3 types. The first one is Thermax, Sulzer, Kirloskar. The second group is TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, Wipro, Infosys, Syntel, different call centers, that is under BPO, and the animation industry. So what are these industries? So after BSc Physics, you can select Thermax, Sulzer, Kirloskar. These are non-IT industries. These are IT industries, and this is also related with the IT, animation industry. So how you can be selected at these industries? So basically these industries, they first inform the university for job campus interviews. So university arrange the job campus or job mela for different affiliated colleges, so that students from different affiliated colleges, they are invited to the university where written exam is conducted. This written exam is basically on communication skills, logical reasoning aptitude test, academic performance. So after the written exam, candidates will be shortlisted for interview where they will have group discussion and other criteria to follow. And after the interview, they will be selected for training and placement. So these kind of industries, IT and non-IT industries, they also offer jobs in industries. So you have to give the written exam, you have to face the interview, and you have to go for training. During the training period, they will provide you the stipend. And after the completion of training period, your placement will be given. The one more industry I have mentioned here is animation. That means we all watch movies, right? And each movie has animation effects, right? Most of the movies, they have animation effects during the fighting scenes or during war scenes, right? So those scenes, they must be as per the rules of physics. That means they cannot break the laws of physics. Most of the Indian films, South Indian films, they do, but please forget that. Most of the Hollywood films and some of the Indian films, they scientific films which follow the laws of physics, their animation effects requires the laws of science to satisfy. So for animation industry, different colleges like Garware colleges or very big colleges in Mumbai, they offer the diploma in animation industry. So this diploma, it's what do you say? The fees for these courses are very high. So you can pursue your career in animation industry, and you can join the film city where you can assist the animation effects during the films. So this is one more option which is currently not available for all of us because we are living in nearby Kolhapur. So yeah, in Pune or Mumbai, you can have this animation diploma to pursue your career further in film industry, right? So let us move on. The one more exam of importance, that is the CGL, the Combined Graduate Level Examination. It is generally conducted by Staff Selection Commission every year. So under this exam, what are the jobs that you are offered to you? So through this CGL exam, you can be an assistant or you can be an auditor, accountants, clerks in different ministries of central government. You can join income tax department or enforcement department. You can join also excise duties, or you can also join as a CBI, narcotics department, postal inspector. So these are the various posts which are offered to you through this combined graduate level examination. For that, only requirement is you must be a graduate student, right? You must be a graduate student. So BSc Physics students, they can also opt for this exam, that is combined graduate level exam. So after BSc or during their BSc, they can fill up this form, that is CGL, and they can have the careers in different ministries as mentioned here. You can also join the narcotics NCB, you can join the CBI, postal inspector, enforcement department, the income taxes, excise duties. You can join as auditors, assistants. For these jobs, auditors and accountants, you must have qualification related to the commerce, right? Or accountancy. But these are the sectors where you can have BSc Physics sufficient to apply for these jobs. So how this exam is generally conducted? So basically, the first step is they conduct the tier 1 exam. In the tier 1 exam, this is the first filter. So when you apply for the exam, you will have to qualify this tier 1 exam. The candidates will be shortlisted and they will go for tier 2 exam. Here, the further selection criteria will be applied. Again, you have to give the exam. Again, the shortlisted candidate will go for the tier 3. Again, in tier 3, you have to give the examination with paper and pen. First, these two exams are online, tier 1 and tier 2. These are online examinations of objective types. Tier 3 is objective as well as descriptive. This is paper and pen exam. After that, you have to go for tier 4. Tier 4, your skills will be tested, and after that, your final result will be declared. So you have to follow these 4 steps. If you are giving the examination of combined graduate level examination, then first you need to clear tier 1, then you will need to clear tier 2, then tier 3, tier 4, and finally your result will be out and your post will be allowed according to your qualification. So what is the age limit? The age limit is different for different posts because, as I mentioned, there are different posts available under this combined graduate level examination. So the age limit for different posts is different, and the syllabus is not as heavy as it for UPSC exam. UPSC exam, it has very heavy syllabus, but this Staff Selection Commission examination, that is CGL, its syllabus is relatively simple as compared to the UPSC examination. Now, this is also the option that most of you may aspire, that is having the class 1 positions in different central government offices, administrative jobs, police service, or Indian Foreign Service, Indian Forest Service, Indian Auditorial Service, Accounts Service, Law Service, Defense Service. So UPSC, every year UPSC conducts exam for these different posts, that is IAS, IPS, IFS, and so on. So for that, what is the age limit? Age limit is 32 years. That means for open category or general category, maximum age is 32 years. Right. Again, the important thing is there is no requirement of minimum marks. That means a candidate having any mark percentage, but it has to be a passed candidate, can apply for this UPSC exam. Then after filling up the form, what will happen? The first one is there will be a pre-exam. The candidates will be shortlisted from the pre-exam. They will appear for main exam. After they clear the main exam, the shortlisted candidate will face interview, and after the interview, their final result will be declared based on their performance and their preferences. The different posts will be allotted to them. So this is one of the great option that you can consider. But the basic thing is that for UPSC, every year there are nearly 25 to 30 lakh students appear for this examination, UPSC. And how many posts are available? Only 900 to 1000 posts are available for UPSC exam. So every year, nearly about 25 lakh to 30 lakh students appear for the examination, and only 900 to 1000 candidates are selected based on their reservation and performance from various posts. That means the ratio is quite large. That means nearly about one student among 3000 students is selected for UPSC exam. So this is one of the toughest exam of India. But you can also choose this career. Then, just like UPSC, MPSC, that is Maharashtra Public Service Commission, this also offers the various posts, class 1 and class 2 posts under the MPSC exam. The examination pattern is very similar. That means first we have to do pre-exam. The selected candidates will go for the main exam, and after passing the main exam, they will be shortlisted for interviews, and from after the interview, the final result will be declared. Here also, the ratio of students appearing for the examination is high, right? So large number of students, they prepare for these exams, and only few posts, nearly 100 or 200 posts are available every year for the selection. So what are the different posts? You can be a deputy collector, DYSP, or you can be a BDO, CEO, finance officer, Tahsildar, or you can be a PSR, you can be a Tahsildar, Naib Tahsildar, and so many posts you can secure through this MPSC exam. Different here, different posts are available. Vacancies for different posts is published. So you can go for MPSC examination, you can go for pre-mains and interview, and you can be selected for these various prestigious jobs under Maharashtra state government, right? Just like you. Now, let us move on to the next career, that is the banking. So this is the career of banking. I am specifically mentioning here because this is the career which we are not focusing. We are only focusing teaching, only focusing research or other scientific jobs and other, as I mentioned here. But this is the sector which we are not aware of, the banking sector. So there are two institutes. One is Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, that is IBPS, and other is State Bank of India. State Bank of India, it is one of the biggest Indian bank which carries nearly about 70 to 60% of money in Indian economy, and the rest banks, they carry 60 to the next banks, they carry nearly 40 to 30% of money in Indian economy. So this is one of the biggest Indian banks, State Bank of India. So these two, IBPS and State Bank of India, they have their own examination pattern. They conduct their examinations separately. State Bank of India conducts exams by their own, and the other nationalized bank, they come under IBPS. The other banks than State Bank, that is the Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Punjab National Bank, other nationalized bank, they conduct their banking exams through this IBPS portal, and the State Bank of India, they conduct their examinations by their own. So what is the age limit? You must be between 21 to 30 years. What is the condition? You must have at least 60% aggregate marks at your BSc. You should not have 0.1 less than 60%. That means you can have 60% or more, but 59.99% will not be allowed. So if you are going for SPI PO exam, then you have maximum 4 attempts. you can have the mode of examination is online. And what is the pattern? First, you have to give the pre-exam, then you have to give the main exam, and the shortlisted candidate will appear for interview, group discussions, then you will have document verification, and you will be given placement. So this is the general pattern followed by the banks. Here I have mentioned RBI, Reserve Bank. Reserve Bank of India, it also offers the assistant B post, assistant B grade post. So recently the invitation for the applications were uh, out from the RBI. So RBI also conducts examination for assistant B grade post. You can also go for that examination after your BSc, and you can get job in RBI as an assistant grade B officer, or you can have a job of probationary officer or clerks in these two sectors. Either you can join for SBI or different nationalized banks as a PO or clerks. So what is the syllabus? So as compared to any exam, I will say this is the easiest exam that you can consider if you want to get jobs as early as possible. Then after BSc, what you need to have English communication, because since we are BSc students, definitely our English communication is better as compared to arts and commerce students. Our computer skills are better because we are using practicals in our labs. We are a little bit familiar with current affairs as well. Our logical reasoning aptitude is also good because of the mathematical background. The only thing is that Indian economy, this part we need to focus, because this is the part from your 8th, 9th or graduation related with your Indian economy. Then you have to study the different banks, their structure of the organization, different economical laws framed by the government, RBI, time to time, to revive Indian economy, and different the different tax with different countries and its effect on Indian economy. So these are the basic things you need to study for preparing the banking exam. Before you apply for the computer exam, before you apply for the banking exam, make sure that you have a valid computer handling certificate. That means you must have either MSCIT or any professional course from professional institute about the computer. That means you have knowledge of handling the computer. Here I am specifically mentioning that the BSc Physics and Mathematics students, they have advantage over any arts and commerce graduate because of their skills, as I mentioned here. So banking career is one of the best option for you. So for more information, you can always visit ibps.in or bankersadda.com, where you will get all the notifications, all the exam pattern, syllabus for the banking examination. The one more is insurance sector. Insurance sector also offers job for you. So in insurance sector, LIC also one of the biggest insurance company of government in the insurance sector. Just like SBI, LIC is one of the biggest insurance company under IRDA of government of India. So LIC and different insurance companies, they conduct examination AE. This is not for us. This is for engineers, assistant engineers. This is administrative assistant, administrative officer. This exam you can opt for AAO. So the syllabus for the examination is very same as for banking examination. So this is the syllabus. This syllabus is same for banking examination as well as it is same for the insurance examination for assistant administrative officer. So you can prepare at the same time, you can prepare for banking as well as insurance sector, and this post they offer very good, fairly good salary for you after the selection. The examination pattern is same, that is pre, mains and interview. Now, one of the biggest recruiter of India is Indian Railways. And the exams of Indian Railways for class 1 and class 2, they are generally conducted under UPSC. UPSC generally conducts the class 1 and class 2 post exams of Indian Railways. The class 3, class 4 exams are generally conducted under the Railway Recruitment Board, RRB. RRB is the Railway Recruitment Board that conducts class 3, class 4 exams in Indian Railways. That means you can be a station master, you can be an assistant, you can be a clerk in Indian Railways office, or you can be a TC or any other such profiles which are equivalent. So these exams are conducted by Railway Recruitment Board, and the number of vacancies every year are larger. right? And this is the Indian Post. Indian Post also offer jobs for you. That means after graduation, you can check the Indian Post website where class 3, class 4 positions are conducted, or examination of class 3, class 4 is conducted by the Indian Post. You can also be a Gramin Dak Sevak. You can also be a employee at the post office. So these posts are generally conducted by Indian Post through their exam, while the class 1 and class 2 posts are conducted by the UPSC. Very similar to that of railways. Class 1 and class 2 posts are conducted by UPSC. Then let us go back to the banking sector. The banking sector, if you compare this with the UPSC, as I mentioned, there are 30 lakh students appearing for the UPSC and only 900 to 100, 900 to 1000 students are selected, right? The ratio is 3:2. But sir, the banking examination, every year there are near about 15 to 20,000 vacancies of clerks and POs, including clerks and POs. So the number of vacancies are nearly 10, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 20,000. And the number of students appearing for the examinations are nearly about 15 lakhs. So if you compare the ratio is 100:1. That means the chances of selecting in banking sector are more than that for UPSC. That means here one candidate from every 100 candidate will be selected, but in case of UPSC the ratio is 3000:1. So this is one of the good career, banking career or insurance career you can look for. Now you can have your own business. No matter whether you get a job or no matter you want to plan to get a job, if you have a good mind, if you have a good planning, you can start your own business. Just like my student Vaibhav Sawan from this college, he started his own electrical shop and he is giving services to other other programs or the program in the area, right? So you can have your own service that you can start after BSc Physics. And please remember, however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you just don't give up. That means everybody has something he can do. Doesn't matter whether he's not a teacher, he's not a scientist, but he will be definitely good at something. And the only thing matters is that you just don't give up. Try up, just try and try. You will definitely get your career goal as mentioned by this Stephen Hawking. So here I just I thank all the faculty members of Shiva University Kolhapur Department of Physics, the organizing team, all the attendees, teachers, students who listened patiently. I also thank my principal, Dr. C.S. Kakre sir, who gave me permission to give this online lecture. Thank you all. If you have any queries, just let me know.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very, very interesting and informative lecture. Dear participants, if you have any query regarding the lecture, then you can type in chat box. Okay, so we will read it and we will convey it to the Dhere sir. If any query, you can chat in the chat box. Dear participants, if you have any query, then you can type it in chat box. Okay, as there is no response from the participants regarding the queries, I would like to summarize the today's lecture. So first of all, thank you very much, Dhere sir, for your very nice presentation and informative lecture. So in his lecture, he has guided us regarding the career opportunities after BSc Physics. During his lecture, he has mentioned the various opportunities after BSc Physics in teaching field, defense field, research, medical, as well as industrial field. Also, he has given us information about various UPSC examinations, then banking examinations, Indian Railways examinations, LIC examination, and India Post. So during his lecture, also he has explained or informed us about the eligibility criteria for the particular examination, for the particular posting, then the various requirements, then selection procedure, and also he has given the information regarding the different courses which were run by the different institutions. So hope that all the participants will get benefited from this examination, and if they have any query, they will contact us. Okay, so thank you very much, Dhere sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, close करू का?
हाँ, प्रेझेंटेशन स्टॉप करून तुम्ही ऑनलाईन राहू शकता. हॅलो,
हाँ सर.
तुम्ही ऑनलाईन राहू शकता, प्रेझेंटेशन थांबवा.
नाही, प्रेझेंटेशन थांबले ना.
हाँ, थांबले. So with the permission of HOD, today I would like to propose the vote of thanks. So first of all, I would like to express gratitude towards Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Shirke sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Patil sir, respected Registrar sir Professor Nandodekar sir, for their guidance for this particular activity. I would like to thank our HOD Rajpuri sir for his constant guidance and leadership for this activity as well as all the activities of the department. I would like to also thank all the eminent professors of our Department of Physics, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, for organizing this particular event for the graduation student as per the requirement of lead college activity. I am also grateful to the university authorities and administration related to the lead college scheme, and especially for exam section authorities, IT cell authorities, for publicity of this event. I am also grateful to the speakers, Professor Kelkar sir, who has delivered his lecture yesterday on the overseas opportunities and careers at international level. And today, Mr. Dhere sir, who accept our request beside their very busy schedule and delivered very nice and informative lectures. Thank you very much, sir. So at last but not least, I would like to thank all the participants for their overwhelming response. Hope your same response for the future activities also. So thank you very much, one and all. And on the behalf of organizing committee, I would like to declare that the today's session is over. So I would like to request all the participants to fill the feedback form. I have shared the feedback link on the Telegram group. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
लीव होना है? हाँ सर. लीव होना सर?
हाँ सर. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.